I'm falling for my daughter's teacher. I think I'm falling for my daughter's teacher. For over a year now, I have been dropping and picking my child from school. As a working single father with an 8-to-5 job, I have had to make the difficult decision of paying extra to have her spend the rest of the afternoon at school. So as her classmates, some of whom are becoming friends judging from her conversations, are picked every day at midday, she has to say goodbye to them and remain at school. More than once, I have had to explain to her why she has to remain at school until late, yet her friends are picked up early. Whereas she's come to understand it. As a child, every now and then, she still struggles with having to stay at school for extra hours. Through her teacher friend, she is called to have her picked early like the others. When circumstances have permitted it, I have picked her up on Fridays, and we return to office together for me to chip in a few more hours before retiring early at about 4 p.m. I have been blessed to know and see the kindness of one of her teachers, a pretty lady in her mid or late 20s. Beyond the routine greetings during drop-offs, she and I had never had a conversation until one of the PDA meetings that I attended, never mind that I arrived late to the irritation of my daughter. We had a good chat about Ariella and briefly why she had to spend the rest of her afternoons at school. Like a discerning adult, she was empathetic to the situation. To my daughter's credit, although in the most childish terms that you can imagine, she had tried to broker a meeting between us much earlier before the PDA, describing Adina as her favorite teacher. In our car conversations on the way to school, she had labored to explain how she takes good care of her after all the others have left. While I never took it lightly what she was doing for her, a part of me had not appreciated Adina's efforts well enough, masking my lack of appreciation on the fact that she mostly naps through the post-lunch hours. Upon waking up, she had said that they go out on the swings and play or on the trampoline to lighten up her mood after waking up. I, however, had always been thankful for her dedication, and if God had been kind enough to reward the good works of my hands, I tipped her. She borders between dark and brown, with a slightly extended forehead, her profile frequently lit by a wide, warm smile. Her hair is often plaited in cornrows, braids, or pencil. She seems to possess a knack for making children, and perhaps even adults, feel special. Recently, I have found myself picking on her without her notice, sometimes craning my neck while in the car to confirm whether it's her that I had seen entering a class. Subconsciously, I've come to recognize her patterns, like the fact that she always wears jeans on Fridays, plain dresses on Mondays and floral outfits on Wednesdays, skirts on Tuesdays, but I hadn't seen enough of her on Thursdays to notice a pattern. At the end of last term, I don't know how, but I had found myself in a conversation with Ariella, and we were trying to get her teacher a gift. Whereas I remember it to be my idea, Ariella was no less invested seeing that she was the one going to be gifting her teacher as they broke off for the holidays. Her first suggestion, childish as one would expect, was marshmallows and a cupcake, saying that she, Adina, loves cake. While I was hell-bent on finding something more sentimental, something that one can hold on to at least for some time, I quickly realized it wasn't my gift to give, that I was just going to be a sponsor in all this. Nonetheless, I suggested that she writes her a simple message in the form of a letter, to which she agreed. On a piece of paper, she drew her impression of her teacher, childishly colored it in red before signing it off with a poorly written thank you and I love you. We sealed it in an envelope. As for the other gifts, we zeroed down on 2 muffins, a Snicker chocolate bar, and marshmallows. Her mother and I had separated after her first year of school due to some irreconcilable differences that we shall not divulge here, but could be summed up as a lack of patience and pride or emotional immaturity. Our split had been mature enough for her to understand that I was better placed to retain custody of our daughter largely because of school, the nature of her work, and financial reasons. Our agreement was, however, that she was free to visit her any time she so wished at school during weekdays or pick her up, upon notice, on a Friday for a weekend together and dropped her off on a Monday. It's been almost a year, and it's a method that has worked well for us both. Whereas Adina and Ariella seem good with each other, I'm yet to digest the whole idea of asking her out, wondering what that would mean not just for me, but for my daughter as well. Would it change the way they relate? How will my daughter take it? I know for a fact that while 2 people can be good with each other temporarily, a longer or more permanent way together can easily boil into unexpected turns. I have mulled over the potential success of it, just as much as the potential failure of it. I have imagined my daughter spreading word like a street preacher of how we would have had dinner with teacher Adina. I have had all scenarios play out in my head, but oftentimes my pessimistic side preponderates the optimistic side. For days, I drown myself in all sorts of motivational quotes about faith, and yet, I'm still not persuaded. And for those very reasons, while I'm open to loving again, I have made the hard decision to keep my feelings to myself till we meet another viable candidate. Hi everyone, this is Robert K. Circles. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast today. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, I'd be incredibly grateful if you could take a moment to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. Give us a like on your favorite podcast platform. Leave a comment letting us know what you thought. We love hearing your feedback. And if you know someone who might enjoy the show, please share it with them. Your support means the world to me and helps us reach more listeners. Thanks again for being a part of the Robert K. Circles community. Until next time, take care.